Hey, this is Corey, and I just wanted to talk for a minute about like ladders. So, there's been some debate recently on some pages and groups that I follow about whether or not these like ladders are effective and whether they're actually hurting your Facebook reach. And I wanted to give some of my thoughts. I've been messing with Facebook and experimenting and doing some Facebook ads, and I've done tons of research, and I have some thoughts on this whole issue. So, I want to get into that. But first, I want to tell you that I do not participate in like ladders. And it might not be for the reason that you think, and I'm going to get more into that in just a few minutes. But first of all, I want to talk just a little bit about why this idea that like ladders are actually hurting your reach is probably not a very accurate idea. It's because people are basing it on the old Facebook. And it's not that old, I mean, pretty recently, but the fact is, Facebook is changing very rapidly, and things just aren't working the way that they used to, especially with pages and the fact that Facebook is really pushing for page owners and page admins to pay to reach their audience. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I wrote an article recently about how to get the most out of your Facebook page as a photographer and how to increase your organic reach. And what I realized is that it doesn't really matter if you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're not going to be able to game the system. The only great way to increase your organic reach is to share content that your fans actually care about. That's the bottom line. So, anyways, let's get into a little bit of the details on why this idea that like ladders are hurting your reach is probably not true. So let's look at a scenario where your Facebook page has about 1,000 likes. All right, so let's use blue for this, and let's say you have 1,000 likes. All right, and let's say out of that you have about a normal reach of about 100. So it's about 10%. And that would also mean that you are not reaching about 900 of your likes. Okay, now let's say, let's just put a wall here. And let's say that you add 1,000 new likes. Now, this is just for the sake of an argument, but let's say that these 1,000 likes are other photographers or someone that's not necessarily your client in your area. In fact, this line means these people are probably not related at all to these people. Let's say out of that, you get only 10 reach, which means you're not reaching 990. Okay, because this group, they're from things like ladders, and they're unlikely to interact with your content, and so let's just say you're getting a lower reach. Well, the argument that I've been seeing people say is that because of this, Facebook is now going to show it to less people because you're going to get a lower PTAD, or because there is a truth to it. People talking about this is an important factor. I would venture to say that it's not as important as some people are trying to make it sound. And also, total number of likes is a factor that also factors in there that you can't leave out. So here's the thing. It's not random who Facebook shows the content to. So what people are saying is that Facebook is going to take your post and it's going to show it to a few people. And if those people interact with it, then it's going to be more likely to show it to more people. And that's actually true. Facebook does roll out content, and it does show it to some people first to figure out whether it should show it to more people. But the fact is that Facebook is very smart about this. And Facebook is not going to show your content to random people to decide whether it should show it to more people. Here's the thing. Facebook is first going to show it to these people. It's going to show it to the people who are most likely to interact with it first. And if those people interact with it and you get lots of likes and interaction, then you're more likely to be able to reach more of these people. Okay? So if less of these people interact, the initial 10% and 1% interact with your content, then it's not necessarily going to show it to less of these people. It's going to show it less of these people the next time you post something. So people are kind of looking at this wrong, saying that it's going to just randomly show it to all 2,000, a few of them, and if those don't interact, because you now have 990 more people that it could randomly show it to, and those people don't interact, then you're not going to reach your initial audience. And that's just not the case. That's not how Facebook works. So in the end, you're going to have, after this, you would have a total of 2,000 likes. And your reach is going to still be 110, which is higher than it was here. You're increasing it, not by very much, and it's not double. It's not 200 now. So your percentage reach is lower, but your total reach is higher. And so it doesn't necessarily matter that you're reaching a smaller percentage if you're reaching more people who actually care. So I would argue that getting this number higher is more important than getting the percentage higher. Just go ahead and finish this off, say 1890. All right. So really, the key to all of this is show good content. Show content that all of these people want to see. Now, I told you before that I don't participate in these like ladders very often, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why. Facebook is about being social and about being yourself and about being genuine. And to me, it just doesn't seem normal. That's just me. That might not be you. And here's, let's use an example of a movie critic. And let's say that some company offered these movie critics free movie tickets if they would only give 5-star perfect reviews to all movies. Well, that critic might say, you know what? I can go to free movies now, so I'm going to start writing 100% 5-star reviews for every single movie that I go see. Well, the fact is, in this scenario, no one wins because no one wants to see those reviews. No one trusts that reviewer because they know that every movie is going to be 100. They know that it's not objective. They can't get a good opinion. And I think the same thing is true. That's the whole idea behind page likes on Facebook. It's showing your friends the companies that you put yourself behind, that you're saying, this is a good company. So whenever someone goes to my personal profile and they look at other photographers that I personally like, because my friends know that I'm a professional photographer, they could go to my likes and look and see, well, if Corey's a professional, who does he like? Who does he recommend? Because that person must be good because Corey knows what he's talking about when it comes to photography. But if I liked every single photographer out there that I've ever met, I have met thousands of photographers, so I would like thousands of pages, and people going to my profile looking to see who might be a good photographer would be like, he doesn't have any good information here because he's just liked everything, so we have no idea whether it's good or not. So the idea here is that you need to be yourself and you need to be genuine and you need to be transparent and you need to be liking pages that you actually like. So liking a page because someone else liked your page back is not a very good reason to like a page. Now, that doesn't mean that these like ladders are completely worthless. So I do want to say a couple of things about why a like ladder might actually be a good thing. So one of those things is that social proof is a huge part of Facebook. If you have like 100 likes on your Facebook page, people are going to wonder whether you're good or not. They're going to wonder whether they should trust you or not, because big numbers on your likes, believe it or not, and whether you want to argue with me on this, it doesn't really matter. It's true. Psychologically, a higher number of likes makes people automatically, subconsciously think that you are better. You're more likable. More people like you. You must be good. Now, you can't worry about this too much, and you can't go on and on about getting more likes just for that reason. But there is some level here where it does make a difference. If you're under 1,000 likes on your Facebook page, and everyone else in your area is over 2,000 likes, I think that could be a disadvantage for you. And I think it could be important for you to get those likes up just for the social proof if people are comparing pages on Facebook. And I think that a lot of brides do compare my page to other pages on Facebook. So I do think it's important. So having more likes could be better, and so getting likes through this like ladder could help you, especially if you're on the low end. Another thing is that it really could be good networking. So, I personally, on my page, I have hundreds of photographers who like my page because they like my work. And whenever I post something and I ask an opinion about it, or like maybe I'm saying, do you like this better in black and white or color? Or maybe I'm saying, what do you think about this location? Or whatever I might have to say. Sometimes the photographers answer those questions more than anybody else. And I get good feedback from that. And maybe in your business, you're interested in promoting things to photographers. Maybe you do a workshop for other photographers, or maybe you sell actions for other photographers. In that case, these things could be really helpful for you to get more photographers to like your page and see the content that you're posting that's targeting other photographers. They might not be your ideal wedding client or portrait client, but they might be. If they're in your area, a lot of times, if my family wants, if my wife says, hey, let's get our family portrait taken, well, I'm going to look at photographers that I know, like, and trust. And the best way for me to keep up with those photographers is to look at their pages. So I like certain pages of other photographers, and if they post good content and I see it and interact with it, I might hire them. Even if they're a few states away, I may be willing to travel or to pay them to come to me. So don't completely rule out photographers as clients in some way or another. I think that really goes back to, like, how are you doing these like ladders? Because in the end, if you are going to participate in the like ladders, here would be my suggestion. Post your page and invite people to like it, and tell them in your comment that I'm going to go through and I'm going to like other pages on this like ladder that I genuinely like. And I invite you to like my page if you genuinely like it. If not, that's okay. Don't press the like button just because you think I'm going to like your page back. And if I like your page, don't feel like you have to like my page back in return. If you do that kind of activity, you are going to be increasing the number of people who genuinely want to see your content, and that's always a good thing. So I hope these thoughts have been helpful. I'm sorry I talked for a little bit longer than I was expecting to, but I really did want to bring this up, that people are really talking about the old school style of how Facebook was using the algorithm for reach. And now really it's about posting good content for organic reach that people actually care about and want to see, and then paying to reach more people. It's not that big of a deal to pay a few dollars to reach more people. I just did a boost on a post the other day for $5, and I reached more than the total number of likes on my page, over 5,500 people for $5. And that is really cheap. And you may not see those types of results because maybe you're not posting stuff that actually matters, that people actually want to see. But if you post good content and you put a little bit of money behind promoting it, you can see huge reach. And that's what Facebook's looking for. It's not using those old social signals that, hey, your friend liked this, so you'll probably like it. It's looking for page owners to pay to reach the friends of friends. And I know this is getting a little confusing and I'm kind of blabbering now, so I'll stop this video, but I hope, again, that this has been helpful, and I'd love to hear what you have to say.